Good afternoon. It's such a pleasure to be with you today, albeit remotely, for this workshop on the future of the automotive industry. Let me start by expressing my appreciation to the National Observatory on Sharing Mobility for its great contribution to the decarbonization of urban mobility and to the Observatory coordinator, Massimo Ciuffini. We are both members of the advisory board of the Freedom of Mobility Forum. I value his views, given his expanded vision on transportation policies and urban development. During my time today, I want to share my take on the future demand for global mobility and how we, all of us, help protect individual mobility while supporting a healthy planet. Some of you have heard me say this before, because I often say that we are in a Darwinian period. Only the companies that will be flexible enough to adapt will survive. It's a very transformational time. We are moving to an electric future with different technologies. But we also have fierce competition from Chinese automakers and a middle-class market we need to continue supporting with new mobility options. This could scare some, but from my standpoint, it's definitely a great opportunity for our industry. The next decade is not only about automobiles, but also about freedom of mobility. Let me be clear. There will be no worthwhile future for car makers if we abandon the core value that makes our work essential to our society. That value is individual freedom of mobility. This may sound like a cliche from a big corporation. It's not. This is about real people and their real lives. It's about getting access to the opportunities, the people, and the services offered by our cities while simultaneously protecting our livelihoods from climate change. You may know that Stellantis is very committed to delivering to our fellow citizens clean, safe, and affordable solutions while achieving carbon net zero by 2038. To do this, we are actively playing a role in all facets of sustainable mobility, from autonomous, connected, electrified, shared, and pre-owned vehicles to micromobility, commercial vehicles, and even electric aircrafts. But to be real, freedom of mobility must be protected from higher costs and short-sighted decisions. It must be built together with strong collaboration between all the players involved. For that reason, Stellantis initiated the Freedom of Mobility Forum. As I mentioned earlier, that Massimo and I are partners in supporting. It is a public space, much like this event, where we are bringing together expert contributors from academia, public institutions, civil society, the youth, and the mobility industry to bring fact-based perspectives to the table. Now, in our second year, we are sparking a dialogue on how to protect our collective freedom of mobility while simultaneously mitigating climate change. As a collaborative place for a factual and respectful discussion, the forum dismisses preconceived ideas and focuses on pragmatism, looking for collective solutions to be implemented locally. Let me give a few examples of what we are thinking about. First off, we need an efficient global CO2 reduction plan that respects all the different lead times of its components. 20 years to switch to clean energy, 10 years to develop a comprehensive charging network, and a 5 years lead time to develop a BEV. Second, we must solve the energy problem. It's the foundation of any clean urban mobility for the future. Without a large, accessible, and super-fast charging network, most of the electrified solutions would not bring the expected benefits. Third, and finally, we need to stop thinking that cars can't be a means of public transport. Luigi Licchielli from our Share Now team is in the room with you today, and I'm sure you will share more on our smart mobility solutions in the next few minutes. What's more, with artificial intelligence, we are going to see cars that really understand and are immersed in their urban environment. They are going to make more decisions that are exactly the decisions the customer would make. These are huge challenges, and the Freedom of Mobility Forum is a fantastic opportunity to discuss them together. I hope you'll join us at our next program coming this spring. In closing, I'd like to take a moment for a final thought. The future of this industry and the tools we use to offer mobility is full of possibilities. Our duty towards the next generation is to offer sustainable devices that still offer the freedom to move, however they wish. To do that, we need to be more inclined to listen and less inclined to rule alone. It's the only way to make sure that freedom of mobility is for everyone. Thank you again for having me. Thank you for your work in this joint endeavor, and I wish you a fruitful workshop.